everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today we are gonna move the succulent table and dig in under the crawl space and see how the plants did that I stashed there for the winter. I think I put in a banana and a bunch of different dahlia tubers. So fingers crossed, they will look happy and healthy and they'll be able to start growing now that we're kind of warm. I still think probably not totally frost free yet, being just still in March, but they'll be easy enough to stash if we do get cold again.
Yeah.
Let's see how they look.
Let's see what you got. So I was surprised when I found these, when I went under the house to turn the water on for the greenhouse the other week.
He doesn't watch my videos, you guys. All right, well, let's show him what it looks like.
All right.
Our crawl space is an actual crawl space. Like, you can't stand in it. It's really low to the ground. Okay. All right. I did put them right here, so they're easy to get to. Okay, well, let's see. The dahlia tubers look good. I think these are gonna be totally fine. The key with dahlias is just, it's not even the cold so much as keeping them not wet. Here in North Carolina, we have pretty wet winters. It's also recommended like you don't wash them. And over the weekend, I was at a really great symposium, and Brent and Becky, but specifically Brent Heath of Brent and Becky's Bulbs, gave a great lecture about growing bulbs. And he was talking about how the microbes from the soil actually help reduce, bacterial or fungal infestations on your tubers when you're overwintering them. So you never want to like wash the tubers off. So I'm really happy with this. I think I had about 15 or so clumps stashed in here. And this was just a mix of soil cube compost, and then the top half is just ground leaves that I just got from mowing the leaves over in the autumn and then taking them out of the bagger. So I ran out of that Pro Mix and I just filled my wheelbarrow back up with soil cube, and I know these dahlias are gonna appreciate growing in that a lot more. The key thing with potting up dahlias is not to put them too deep. So you just wanna fill your pot, and then you can kind of, with just holding the stem, make sure that you don't bury that crown too far down. And these were all seeds that I started last year from Floret Flower. And they were beautiful plants, mostly singles. They were like different colors of each, and the pollinators loved them. And by saving them over the winter, I'm just starting with plants that are already well established. So they should be that much more amazing and bloom significantly earlier compared to a year ago when I hadn't even sowed the seeds yet. So this is gonna be a great way to be able to jumpstart my dahlia season. But you can also grow dahlias really easily from seed, and I highly recommend Floret Flower. She has an amazing breeding program and a ton of really cool varieties that are well worth checking out. So one totally valid question that everybody often has is, what happens if a tuber comes off? And basically, if the tubers come off and there's no part of the crown attached, they're not going to live. I think this one has enough crown, which is sort of that woody part, that it may survive. So I'm going to go ahead and pot it, but I'm going to have low expectations. So, again, this is something you can get a lot of information about, because a lot of cut flower farmers, divide their dahlias so that they can maximize it. So if you want more information on that, I'd just direct you to a cut flower farmer, because they have better expertise in dividing dahlias than I do. I'm really pleased with how these dahlias came through in my crawl space, and I think from here on out I'll definitely plan to overwinter more tubers in that area. So if you live in zone 7 where it's really wet in the winter and you haven't had success overwintering dahlias in your garden, I would suggest digging them up and putting them in your crawl space for the winter season, just with some compost and ground up leaves. And you know, hopefully here in the next few weeks some foliage will start to emerge and the dahlia season will begin again. I do look forward to giving you all updates in my weekly garden tours right here from my back patio, where I have lots of things growing for the 2022 growing season. And if you found this video to be helpful, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to the Breathe the Plant Lady YouTube channel. As always, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy gardening!